Hello, I'm Carmel Larson, founder of Momney, and we're super excited and grateful to have Dr. Paula with us today. Hello, Paula, how are you?
Hello, so happy to be here.
So, Paula is our parenting expert with Momney. We're linking moms together and not only linking them together for care sharing, but we want to help lift and elevate moms in all ways and help them to become not only better moms for their own children, but better momnies for helping to raise each other's children. So, Dr. Paula, what do you have for us today to help us learn how to be better parents?
Well, let's talk about our teenagers. You know, I've had 8 teenagers go through their teenage years, 8 children.
I have three
And
so far. So tell me what you've
yeah,
got.
three, there we go. And I love that between us, you and I have 16 children. That's pretty amazing. But
Yes, I have
but we
five
learned some things
teenagers
on the
coming.
way.
Hmm.
That's right. We learned some things along the way. We learned what to do and what not to do. And today I'm going to talk about 3 of the mistakes that a lot of people, a lot of parents have shared that they've made with their teenagers as they've heard my counsel about how to stay close to your teenagers. And so these 3 things are, first of all, they forget what it's like to be a teenager. You've got to literally remember. Do you remember being in what I call junior high, the armpit of life? it's a tricky time. And they forget. They look at their teenagers through adult eyes, adult wisdom, adult experiences, and they forget these kids are struggling. And our sweet girls are just starting that time in life where their hormones are going crazy. And the boys, they come a little later, but that happens with them too. And they have these mood swings and they're like, what do I do with this? I mean, they don't know how to deal with their own raging hormones and their emotions. And I say to parents, be a teenager in your mind right before you speak to them. Try to be them with their life experiences, their needs, their desires, and get back in your mind into what it was like to be 16 or 17 or 18. During those teenage years, they're not easy years for most people. And try to remember, and you usually end up saying, yeah, I made so many bad mistakes and I didn't know what I didn't know. And I say, that's right. We didn't have nearly the information and the understanding and the expertise that we have now. So be patient with those who are really struggling, those sweet, sweet young people that are trying so hard to impress, usually not the family members as much as their peers. And every day is like a social test for them. And realize what that was like. This, excuse me, the second, I'm getting so excited.
We
The
call you
second
passionate
that I
Paula.
think, passionate Paula. The second thing that so many times we forget as parents is to listen, to not talk, to just listen. And then when you do talk, then actively listen is what we call it. So when you see that child come in, that 16-year-old, and they're just like a storm cloud walking through the front door, and you say, how was your day? And they're like, good. And they just go straight for their room, right? Well, what do you say to them? And you just say, you actively listen. Well, it was good. Your day was good. Kind of doesn't look like it, honey. And they're like, well, it was crappy, or whatever they're going to say. And then you say, you really had a bad day. You're not trying to solve their problem. You're just listening. You're just repeating back what they say. And they say, well, doesn't that, that sounds crazy to just repeat back. It's like magic. Active listening is so miraculous with your teenagers. And you just say, if they say, yeah, the kids were mean to me on the bus, and you don't say, oh, honey, that'll be okay. Were you kind to that? No, you just repeat back what they said. They were mean to you? Yeah. And then if you have a close relationship, and this goes to lots of other videos that we share about communicating and all the things we talk about, how to stay close to your children and how to have that beautiful love and respect and honoring and obedience. But for this video, just really listen. And then when the time is right, and it's usually not ever when anybody's around, and you go to them at night, for example, and you just sit by their bed and you talk to them, and you just, again, share, they let their guards down, and you just talk to them heart to heart. And the third thing that I'd like you to just understand, and I don't want you to feel guilty about this, but you need to give your teenagers as much time as you gave them when they were little. They need you just as much. I'm going to repeat that. They need you just as much, and there is no substitute for unhurried time with your loved ones, anyone, but especially your teenagers. I've heard women say, oh yeah, well, you know, they're teenagers, they don't need me very much anymore. Yes, they do. You look at the ones who are in trouble, the ones who are struggling, and how much one-on-one time did they spend with their father, their mother, any adult in their life who they respect and they love. And you say, well, I'm so exhausted at the end of the day. I work all day long, and, you know, I just don't have the energy. Well, schedule time with your teenagers. Make, you know, create dates. Go on dates with those teenage boys, moms. And you schedule time, even if it's a walk around the block, and you take the time. And I know it's hard. Nothing I'm saying is easy to do. It's just it takes effort. But what is your highest priority? Well, these children, you brought them into the earth. You brought their, you know, you have this amazing stewardship for them. It's your responsibility to give them the best of you. Quality time, not leftover time when you're exhausted and, you know, tell me quick about your day, or maybe you're looking at your phone and expecting them to talk to you. Really give them your focused time, quality time, in addition to quantity time. All right, those are my three: to remember what it's like, to really listen and use that active listening, and to be there for your children, giving them your time.
Oh, thank you, Paula. I needed every single one of those. I'm not going to admit
We
my
all
feelings. I'm just
do, and it's always reminders.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Appreciate the help.